2-2 to Shea. It's hit high in the air to deep left field. Winfield back. She's gone. Ron Shea giving the Dodgers a 3-0 lead in the first inning. Well, you couldn't throw a ball.
Ron Shea is one of many Dodger greats to take part in today's alumni game. The Penguin has led an interesting life after baseball. Our David Pingalore recently had a chance to walk down memory lane with Shea. Ping rejoins us now. That must have been fun talking some Dodger baseball with Ron Shea, Ping.
I mean, it really was. And Darren, he still lives in the same house when he started with the Dodgers back in 1973. He owns the same house, and he's still living there. And, of course, we talked to his son, Dan, who's the head baseball coach at Calabasas High. But as for Ron Shea, he was part of the many memories that Dodger Nation remembers back in the 70s and the early 80s.
There's Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
Frank
wow.
was a big fan. He used to be at the ballpark all the time.
So when you're in this room, do you come in here or just kind of reflect on what your career was? Because this is about your career.
Well, I used to come into this room and I would, kind of trying to find myself. I was probably struggling a bit. And so I came in here to remind myself of things that I've done. And when I started looking at some of the things, I said, you know what? I said, it's about time that, you get back to this. This is not out of reach. When I come in here now, it's a dream again.
Welch continues to throw in the Los Angeles bullpen. Watson hits it high in the air. For the center fielder, Ken Landreau, this should do it. The Dodgers are the 1981 champions of baseball.
What are your fondest memories of being a Dodger? I mean, you have 4 World Series, but what do you remember the most, would you say?
Winning the World Series. We had an organization that understood where we needed to go, and the players also were on the same page. We went to spring training every single year, being prepared to take it all the way. And that didn't exist in other organizations.
The farm system the Dodgers, seem to continue to bring guys out of. I mean, look at where you, in Albuquerque, you came out with some unbelievable, talented athletes with Tommy Lasorda there as well, coming through. What was that experience like, and what that organization has done now?
The 1968 draft was heralded as the #1 all-time free agent draft, and it's based on future successes, of course. Those players that we had in Albuquerque were the players that I grew up with, and we became the nucleus of the team with the infield, playing 8.5 years together. It was a major league record. It won't be done again because of the nature of the way the game is set up today. But we are, in fact, the most successful infield in Major League history. Not the greatest, most successful.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, a high fly ball left field. Going back as Raines, he won't get it. That ball is out of here and a home run. Steve Garvey has given the Dodgers a 3-1 lead.
Here's Davey Lopes. Hits the first pitch deep to left field. Roy White going back, all the way back. This ball is out of here. The 1-0 pitch. It's all over. Center field for a base hit. Ron Shea being waved in. It's all over. The Jets Bonmatics. The Dodgers win the pennant again.
I think we were 3 years apart, youngest, oldest, durable, individually successful, team success, kind of all rolled in one. And we were able to understand what the organization needed from us, challenges, the responsibilities, and I feel grateful that we had a group of guys that understood it as well as they did and could take it and let us live the history and tradition and carry the flag like we did.
Doing it in this market and being to 4 World Series, I mean,
Right.
Well, unbelievable.
When I came in, the Dodgers were still hot. They had won 3 world championships in the 60s, and we came in 68. So this is right up my alley, okay? And so we were able to sustain the history and tradition while we were playing. There's 3 World Series in the 70s, 74, 7, and 8, and back again in 81. So that was our run. And so I feel very grateful that we were able to make that kind of a contribution to the organization.
And I did see the Penguin on the field prior to the alumni game. He had his jersey on down there, smiling ear to ear. And I did ask him during my time with him about the nickname, the Penguin. He chuckled and he said kids back in the day, they would just say, "Hey, Penguin, I want your autograph." And he loved the fact that he was called the Penguin. Believe it or not, he loved that nickname. And, of course, he went on also to play with the Chicago Cubs, but he'll always be remembered with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Penguin, Darren. He loves it.
Oh, I love that story, Ping. Thank you so much for taking us down memory lane with Ron Say. Great story. Thank you very much.